Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this beautiful Monday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, sports, and so much more. I am Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight, the official inauguration of the Hokohana's Periodical Court took place recently. In her speech, Justice Minister Yvonne Dowsep emphasized that the purpose of these courts is to make justice more accessible to all citizens of the country. Let's take a look.
Freedom, justice, and dignity are fundamental rights, but they're just as important as bread and shelter. End of quote. Mandela's statement directly ties justice to the most basic human rights, human needs, elevating it to the same level of importance, if not greater, as it ensures the protection and realization of all other rights we have. In my remarks during the inauguration of the Environmental Crimes Court in Otjiwarongo 3 weeks ago, I emphasized how with each new court, justice is brought closer to the people. And with that, access to justice is improved. Today, that truth resonates once again here in Huachanas.
The Namibian reports that it appears the Namibia Youth Games were again an unpleasant experience based on complaints of shoddy accommodation, unappetizing food, and transportation woes. The multi-sport competition was held across Oshakati, Ongwediva, and Ondangwa from Thursday to Saturday. The competition, which made its return this year after the shambles at Rietfontein in 2020, left it sponsorless, was especially distressing for the Karas regional team, which was made to wait for transport back home for 8 hours in the sun at Oshakati. It is unlikely that the budding athletes would have arrived in time to be able to attend school today. Some members of the Karas team live as far as Noordower, which is a little over 1,500 kilometers from Oshakati and about 15 hours by road. A deeply concerned parent informed the Kara Sports Office, which was inundated with calls from disappointed caregivers, that they would make alternative transport arrangements for their child to return home. Now, the official, who chose anonymity to avoid victimization, said some of the team's athletes are due to travel to another youth competition in South Africa today. The NYG are jointly staged by the Namibia Sports Commission and Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service, with the aim to nurture young talent and serve as a stepping stone for the African Union Sport Council Region 5 Youth Games in 2025 and the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. Namibia is expected to host the Region 5 Games next year. Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Mia yesterday brushed off the issue plaguing the NYG. The Namibian reports that SWAPO presidential candidate Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah has dangled lofty promises of building 10,000 houses annually and creating 256,000 jobs if voters give her the keys to the State House. She was speaking at SWAPO's manifesto launch in Windhoek over the weekend. Analysts have, however, described SWAPO's promises as unrealistic, highlighting that SWAPO has not managed to achieve these goals over 34 years. Nandi-Ndaitwah committed to strengthening the National Housing Enterprises NHE to cater for a broader range of income groups, including streamlining of application processes that ensure eligibility criteria. Nandi-Ndaitwah said 10,000 plots will be serviced annually for the construction of low and medium-cost houses through strengthening the Build Together program and supporting the Shack Dwellers Federation of Namibia. Now, in terms of the country's water situation, SWAPO's manifesto notes that the party will exploit the full potential of the Nacatl Dam. The second phase of the Nacatl irrigation project cost $2.4 billion, while the first amounted to $5.6 billion in 2018. SWAPO said it will accelerate the construction of the desalination plant at the cost of $3.5 billion. Nandi-Ndaitwah called for well-thought-out strategies to bring back the national airline. Getting into our next story, the New Era reports that as Namibia heads to a pivotal election in November, the Independent Patriots for Change unveiled an ambitious manifesto filled with bold promises on Saturday. From slashing youth unemployment to reducing slums by half, the party's goals are to address the country's deep-rooted challenges. The IPC's manifesto launch began with a lively parade in Auspenplatz, where supporters gathered in a convoy that snaked through Independence Avenue, heading towards Windhoek's Havana informal settlement. Now, microphone in hand, my IPC leader, Panduleni Itula, was a ball of energy running towards passers-by, shaking hands and trying to win their hearts and votes. This marks Itula's second run for the presidency. In 2019, he contested as an independent presidential candidate and finished second with just over 29% of the total vote. The stark reality of youth unemployment and the scarcity of jobs in Namibia provide a challenge for all parties and candidates vying for votes in the national and presidential elections scheduled for the 27th of November. As of 2023, the youth unemployment rate soared to a staggering 46.1%, according to the Namibia Statistics Agency. Itula has vowed to break the cycle, promising to halve youth unemployment within 5 years and create sustainable jobs for graduates. The young people of this country are the country's future, and they are the engine of our economy. They need employment as in yesterday. Many of our initiatives focus on the youth, and they are the key beneficiaries of what we are promising, said Itula. He also promised that 80% of the graduates would be employed within 1 year of leaving university. He will double youth entrepreneurship within 5 years to make sure the youth can create jobs for others. New Era reports that the Walvis Bay municipality has apologized to Red Force debt management over the recent allegations of fraud and misrepresentation against the company. The High Court of Namibia, in a settlement agreement signed on the 10th and the 12th of September by both parties, stated that both Red Force and the council have agreed that they will not proceed with action any further and that the matter be removed from the court roll and be regarded as finalized. In the public letter, the council said the municipality of the Walvis Bay hereby wishes to inform the public that the recent allegations of fraud and misrepresentation against Red Force debt management are entirely unfounded and factually incorrect. In this respect, the inconvenience experienced by Red Force is regretted. Please be assured that all contractual obligations and rights arising from the agreement between Red Force and the council will continue without interruption. The municipality added all accounts handed over for collection shall remain with Red Force until they are settled in full. Residents and/or debtors are accordingly advised and required to cooperate with the debt collective process and are assured that all collection methods employed by Red Force conform with the council's credit control policy. In April, Red Force filed an urgent application in the Windhoek High Court to stop the termination of its contract to collect debt owed by ratepayers to the municipality. The debt collector was contracted for 5 years in September last year to collect over $300 million from ratepayers. That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, we take a look at our story of the day.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Getting into our story of the day, the LPM Youth Command have blocked both main entrances of the University of Namibia and will have a demonstration on campus. Now, the group was also handing out pamphlets as part of their activations. Activists and LPM member Michael Amushelelo got into a physical altercation with a UNAM staff member who was forced to let out a student through the main gate of the university. LPM Youth Commander President Duminga Ndala was explaining to the police what caused this reaction from the party. Ndala says the SWAPO Youth League was allowed to enter the university on Friday for political activities, but today the security refuses to let LPM in. LPM member Michael Amushalelo has been arrested for blocking the entrance at the University of Namibia. Let's take a look.
We all adhere to that because we are all Namibians and we are all Namibians and we adhere to instructions. But on Friday, they allowed the SWAPO Party Youth League to come and have political activities on campus while they have given instructions that no political parties should conduct their political activities on campus. So we decided, because we are a bona fide registered society at UNAM, we should be paid up also, we should be allowed to also conduct our political activities, give out flyers, and then we leave. But because UNAM was similar to what the SWAPO Party Youth League did, but because UNAM apparatus, security apparatus, decided to intimidate us, this is why we left our cars there, because they don't want to let us in, and then we decided to distribute flyers. And then this ones, because they feel like they are in power, they started assaulting Amushelelo and one of our leaders here. So this is why they called the police to intimidate us. We will not be intimidated by the police presence. We can call Mr. Shikongo to come here so that we also resolve the issue. But we also trust, yes. We can't, because they allowed SWAPO Party and SWAPO Party didn't inform them. So also they must also.
After this, we take a look at Community Talk.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhom.com.na.
Getting into our community talk, Gottlieb Panduleni, David Tashia, David Shekunja, and Eli Hainavali have each been sentenced effectively to 36 years in prison by the Windhoek High Court Judge Dina Uisuku today. Now, 8 years ago, the four men forcefully entered the home of well-known Walvis Bay businessman Hans-George Muller. During the robbery, Hans-George Muller was shot and killed, while his wife, Carol Ann Muller, was brutally attacked and left with a dislocated jaw. Moving on, according to Economic News, the Economic Policy Research Association advisor says the implementation of policies may do more harm than good. We expand on this after the break.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Getting into our economic news, Economic Policy Research Association advisor Eben de Klerk says the implementation of policies meant to encourage broad-based economic empowerment may do more harm than good, especially for small businesses, which are seen as drivers of employment. Ohanet Lache gave this report.
Small businesses, many of them family businesses, they are concerned because this law will affect them. And we started writing reports. We did a report on the 1st format of the bill. We did a report on the second one, and the report focuses on the economic impact. And in 2016 already, warnings went out to government. This will hurt the economy. And when the economy gets hurt, jobs are lost. The people who will suffer are the same people you profess to be helping, to uplift, to empower. And Christy will speak after me, and I'm like Yvonne, I'm taking too much time. Yvonne, no.
Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.31, against the euro at 19.67, against the US dollar at 17.67, and $2 gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold and platinum went down, while copper and Brent crude oil went up. Brent crude oil trading at 1.74%, going for $73 and 27 cents per barrel. In international news, Trump safe after assassination attempt thwarted at a Florida golf course. We get into this after the break.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Getting into our international news, Kyiv earlier today denied links to a man accused of trying to assassinate former US President Donald Trump after it emerged that the suspect was a supporter of Ukraine who had said he wanted to recruit foreign volunteers to fight there. Trump was saved on Sunday after the Secret Service foiled what the FBI called the second apparent assassination attempt on the Republican candidate for president in 2 months, capturing a gunman who had brought a rifle to Trump's golf course. Media interviews and social media posts showed that the reported suspect, Ryan Ruth, who's 58, was a staunch supporter of Ukraine who had traveled there after Russia's 2022 invasion. Ukrainian officials said they had nothing to do with him and accused Moscow of seizing on the link for propaganda purposes. The Kremlin, for its part, implied there was a link between the assassination attempt and US support for Kyiv, saying playing with fire has its consequences. The apparent attempt on Trump's life came just 2 months after he was grazed in the right ear when a gunman fired on him at a campaign rally. That shooter was killed in return fire by security agents. Both the incidents highlights the challenge of keeping presidential candidates safe in a favorable campaign with just over 7 weeks to go before the November 5th election. I would like to thank everyone for your concern and well wishes. It was certainly an interesting day, Trump said on social media late on Sunday, thanking Secret Service and police for keeping him safe. Up next is our weather predictions. Katima Mulilo can expect sunny weather conditions with a minimum of 22 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 40 degrees Celsius, while the capital city can expect a minimum of 10 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius, also with sunny weather conditions. Tsumeb can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 20 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Hendy's Bay can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 16 degrees Celsius. Rehoboth can expect a minimum of 8 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions. We'll now head over to the sports desk, proudly brought to you by Sportsrec.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with motor racing news. First, it was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix the past weekend. It's a street race and a very interesting race indeed, and a great performance by McLaren, and they're leading the Constructors' Championship now for the first time in 10 years. It was 2014 that they led the Constructors' Championship the last time. That's mainly because a good performance by both their drivers the past weekend, Oscar Piastri winning and then Lando Norris in 4th position. At the moment now, it is McLaren with 476 points leading, and then Red Bull on 456, still close on the top, and then Ferrari 425 in 3rd position, followed by Mercedes-Benz on 309. So the next one will be this coming weekend. It will be the Singapore Grand Prix. That's the next one this coming Sunday. On to soccer news. English Premier League that continued the past weekend. It was round 4. Great performance again by Manchester City, keeping their unbeaten record going. 4 games they've played, 12 points they have, and it's a great start also for their striker, that is Erling Haaland. He's the first player to score 9 goals ever in the first 4 games of the English Premier League. The next game will be a tough game for Manchester City. They will play against a team that's second at the moment on 10 points, and that is Arsenal. And that game on Sunday will be played at Manchester City. On to cricket news, and Ireland women played against England women's side. That is a 2-series T20 game in Dublin. The first one won by England by 67 runs, and then Ireland came back in the second one to win comfortably, or rather comfortably, by 5 wickets. It was England batting first, 169 for the loss of 8 wickets, with Beaumont scoring 40 runs there for England. And then it is Ireland on 170 for 5 in the second last ball. It was 19.5 overs with Orla Prendergast. She scored 80 runs off just 51 deliveries, and a great performance by Ireland. Also the Irish Open Golf, it was Rasmus Højgaard of Denmark that won that tournament. He finished with a 65 for -9 his total, and he was 2 shots ahead of Rory McIlroy. McIlroy coming in with a 69 in his final round for a final round of or a total of -7. And then South African Erik van Rooyen, he was tied for 12th on 1 under par. That's international sports news for today. I hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
That note, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful Monday evening. Do make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25, Monday to Thursdays from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Glenora Shipura, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.